So yeah, it's quite late at night, and we're in for a big storm that's gonna last probably till morning, and then I think tomorrow it's gonna be raining pretty much all day. So yeah, not very good weather at the moment, but it is quite impressive, especially being next to the sea. The storms can be quite frightening, but quite interesting as well. So I thought I would use this as an opportunity to talk about being near the sea when it's stormy, and the kinds of things that you might see, and maybe you'll find some of the imagery relaxing. I don't know, but anyway, I hope you enjoy listening to the whisper. It's been fairly windy all day here, and earlier on today I was walking down towards the seafront, and I saw, as I was walking down, I saw the sea, and there's an interesting effect where the sea looks as if it's higher than the land. It sort of swells up and looks as if it's actually higher up than it is, and this happens quite a lot, and especially when it's stormy, and also the sea takes on a very weird kind of grey-green colour, and I think it's because of, as it moves, it churns up a load of sand and dirt and other things from the bottom, and it makes it turn a kind of grey-green, quite a beautiful colour actually, but it's very distinctive of a quite a violent sea, and it kind of swells up, and not really in waves, but in sort of whole acres of sea just come up and then gradually fall down again and come up, and on the surface where the water breaks you get these flashes of white foam slowly rolling over each other, and it's really quite beautiful. So that was what I saw earlier today, and also down by the seafront, it's interesting to see when it's very windy, all the seagulls, they all take off and just sort of hang in the air and move about on the buffeting winds, and they always do this in quite stormy, windy weather, and I think it's because they enjoy it, and also they can just sort of sit there and clasp migration. They go off and they roost, sometimes in trees, or quite often on man-made structures, like if you're at the seaside, it's normally piers and things, the underside of piers. And they sort of perch there on the railings and go to sleep. So that's another thing that you often see. And they even do it in stormy weather. It doesn't stop them at all, it would appear. So, sometimes after a storm you can see all sorts of things washed up on the beach. Sometimes you get a lot of starfish washed up. I think they normally live sort of fairly deep down in the sea, but the churning up of the water brings them to the surface and can sometimes bring them up so that seagulls get hold of them. But I think they're actually quite tough to eat, so the seagulls they try and bite off a leg or two, but they usually give up, so they just drop them on the beach. So you can see some starfish sometimes. And another thing you get quite a lot on the beach are what are called mermaids' purses, which are little egg sacs, which some types of sharks, and I think some types of rays, the baby animal gestates inside this little pod until it grows to a certain size, and then it breaks out. And these wash up on the beach quite a lot. Now, some people collect them, and they look quite beautiful. They look sort of like little square packages with a little tendril coming off each corner. Yeah, quite pretty. So you can see those on the beach after a storm as well. But only at certain times of year, I think. And obviously you can get quite a lot of debris from ships and things as well. Pieces of rope, bits of wood, sometimes bottles and things. A lot of people collect sea glass that's been ground down by the action of the sea, and it's made it smooth. Some people collect it and make things out of it, like jewellery and stuff like that. Yeah, you can find a lot of things on the beach after a storm. But it's funny living near the sea, because quite a lot of the time you just forget that the sea is there at all. And until there's a storm